Yeah, bad ending first. And you can leave now, Isaac. It's fine. You can leave without any sort of, shame or guilt. Yes, that's it. If we just searched his room, surely there'll be something incriminating there.
We have to search Raphael's chambers. I know there has to be more evidence, including proof that he wrote this note.
It worked in the second-class trial of the first Danganronpa game, didn't it? Where they went back to check Chiaki's body, and she, proved to everyone that he had a dick. Or she had a dick. Oh god, I misgendered Chiaki. Wait, Chiaki? You know what, I don't remember who the trans person in Danganronpa 1 was. I'm saying their name wrong. It's not Chiaki, that's from Danganronpa 2. Oh my god, I don't even know. Oh god, I'm gonna get cancelled now. I have the sense... Wait, I didn't read that. The moment the words fall off my lips, however, I have a sense that they're received with more skepticism than anything.
Sir Rivian, it would be a questionable practice to invade the Justiciar's chambers unless we had sufficient suspicion that he had truly written the note you bring before us.
Oh, come on, just take my word for it. The Grand Chamberlain's brusqueness returns, and he lets out a tired sigh.
I understand your concerns, but the more pressing matter is to determine the innocence of the Inquisitor, which I believe we now have enough information to do.
You mean Chihiro? Was that her name? Yeah, Chihiro. Hehe. Oh shit, we blew it, guys. My heart sinks as the Chamberlain stands, motioning for us to leave the room. I can feel Raphael's mocking smirk aimed at me from the side, but I don't have the strength to so much as scowl at him. God, reading is hard. Oh no. Oh, we failed Linnaeus. Oh god, we failed Daddy. Ooh, he is not going to be happy with us later in the bedroom. Linnaeus rises from his seat, gently placing a hand on my back for a moment before he turns and slowly strides towards the door. If we'll even be in the bedroom together later. I follow along behind him with a heavy feeling in my stomach, and together with everyone else who isn't an advisor, we return to the hall. I was gonna call it the Great Hall, but it just said hall. I want to say something, anything to try and comfort Linnaeus. Sorry I blew the case, Linnaeus. Shouldn't have left it to a dumbass twink. But I can't shake the sense that I made an irreversible mistake and both of us know it. Linnaeus is escorted by the guards back to the jail cells while I wait anxiously with Arden outside the meeting room. It isn't until several hours later that the advisors finally return and we hear the verdict. For a second I thought the game was about to crash again on me. That day of guilt still haunts me. Wait, when is this? Did we just have a time skip? Are we not in the castle anymore, or the manor, or the estate, wherever we were? I still always wonder what could have happened if I had said the right things at the time. If I could have really found a way to help prove him innocent. Oh no! Are we musing to ourselves after we got back home and Linnaeus... You just stopped... So, I mean... So what? We failed the case. Does he not love us anymore? Like, do we have to succeed at everything for Linnaeus to love us? Like, that's wrong. Raphael has since taken over Linnaeus' position, and though he is as well respected as the former Inquisitor, the amount of false accusations has increased so dramatically that many live in fear of association with the disciples. Yeah, and we know that Raphael's really the one who's a disciple. Oh god. You killed Linnaeus? Do you think he got executed? No, he's not executed. He hasn't accused me of anything, surprisingly, but I don't attempt to involve myself in any court affairs any longer. I can't bear the thought of it. I know the truth behind what happened, or at least I believed what I believed to be the truth, but I'm powerless to do anything about it. If I were to try and bring up the case again, I'd surely be attacked for conspiring with Linnaeus and condemned to the same fate. I can only reflect on my loss and hope that I'll never repeat the same mistakes I did back then. And more than anything, I pray that Linnaeus forgives me. Is Lindsay asleep? Probably. I know, you're here, but Lindsay isn't? Is this the fucking Twilight Zone? Crazy. Wait, did I read this? And more than anything, I pray that Linnaeus forgives me. I don't think I could bear to see the sadness in his proud features again, or the steely determination of his gaze turn to something hopeless and barren. Bye, Teacup. If only I had... Oh, well, look who's here, late. Stupid-ass Nox. Took you a while to get here, don't know how you got lost. If only I had one more chance. One more chance. Linnaeus, forgive me. Well, shit. Let's use our second chance. Killer Queen, am I right, guys? Alright, I can prove he wrote it. Don't worry, Aki, we Killer Queen this shit. I do have something, don't I? When it's not hard evidence, and maybe it won't... Wait, maybe it's not hard evidence, and maybe it won't immediately condemn Raphael, but... I think it's the last push I need.
Grand Chamberlain, if you would care to take a look at the exquisitely detailed handwriting on this note.
Ooh, he knows he has him this time, I can hear it in his voice.
And compare it to a little something that Justicia wrote for me last night. I think you'll notice that the unique, inimitable penmanship is exactly the same.
I don't know what inimitable means, and I can't even say it properly. You better gasp, Grandpa. Stupid-ass bitch. I dig the scrap of paper Raphael gave me with his room number, and I hand it to the attendant, along with the note. Ooh, you see, Grandpa, this is why you shouldn't try to get with twinks. Ooh, you're leaving incriminating evidence behind. Ooh, you stupid-ass, horny old man. If you didn't try to get into Rivian's pants, you almost could have gotten away with it. He carries them to the Chamberlain, who furrows his brow immediately.
What are you doing taking notes from Raphael? We're going to have a word about this later.
Oh! Linnaeus is gonna punish us for talking to Raphael and taking his number. Oh god. Oh, I'm gonna like getting punished, though. Linnaeus huffs under his breath, pushing up his glasses, but I can see a faint smirk on his face.
What? What is the meaning of this? They look identical. Quickly, fetch the Justicia's written request for Sir Linnaeus' arrest.
Oh shit! Listen to the music! Oh god! It's so powerful! The Chamberlain motions impatiently to the attendant, who hurries off with a hasty bow.
Grand Chamberlain, this is simply preposterous. Anyone could see that this boy is devising complete nonsense.
Your voice is getting all squeaky there, Grandpa! You know you lost! Raphael slams down a fist on the table, gritting his teeth together as he scowls at me, clearly furious. That's what you get for being a lecher, you feather-hatted prick! A moment later, the attendant comes rushing back in, handing a scroll to the Grand Chamberlain. The Chamberlain's eyes steadily grow wider as he glances between the scroll and the two pieces of parchment, until they look like they're about to pop right out of his head.
This... I cannot believe this. We must have an immediate investigation of not only this guardsman, but the Justicia himself.
Yeah, get fucked.
Men, seize them! Search the Justicia's room at once!
Don't fuck with twinks, okay? You learned your lesson.
Unhand me, you fools!
As the guards, Raphael's former guards, rush over to him, the Justiciar lets out a howl of indignation. The advisors, who have mostly been silent, start to loudly murmur and gawp at an unexpected turn of events.
The Grand Chamberlain, there's been a mistake, surely. I didn't write anything of that nature. It's a setup, I assure you.
God, he really is squeaking with his voice now. The guardsmen pull Raphael, as well as the unhelmeted guard who's been working with him, out of the room as they kick and struggle.
What a disgrace. Inquisitor, I'm afraid you must be escorted back to your cell for the time being.
I just got an
We will hand
achievement.
down our collective verdict after we see what the investigation of the Justicia yields.
What? Don't send him back to the cell. No. What if the Justiciar's cell is like right next to Linnaeus's? That'd be kind of funny.
Understood, Grand Chamberlain.
No, don't send him back there. Like, can he please be detained in my personal room? I'll keep a good eye on him. Seriously. I will. We could handcuff him. We could handcuff him to the bed. We could make this work. Linnaeus rises from his seat, standing nobly and calmly without a trace of hesitance or fear in his expression. I know, we prove he's innocent, yet you still send him back to prison? Ugh, bureaucracy, man. Stupid old white men. I quickly step back from the table to stand beside him, stealing a glance at his face to try and read what he's thinking.
As for you, Sir Rivian, I hope you have not led us wildly astray with these accusations. Otherwise, you will inevitably face investigation yourself, along with the Inquisitor.
Bro, you just saw the evidence. Why are you coming at me like this? Next time you come at me, maybe you come at me with some fucking logics and facts. Bitch.
Yes, of course. Thank you for hearing me out, even if it was, rather spontaneous.
Dumbasses couldn't even hold your own investigation. Damn. You have to outsource it to a twink. I feel rather sheepish when I think about how I improvised my whole attempt at helping Linnaeus was. Did I read that wrong? I can only hope that it was convincing enough to make the advisors think twice about condemning him as guilty. I follow Linnaeus back out into the hall, along with everyone else who isn't the Chamberlain or one of the advisors. He takes a step in the direction of the cells, but then stops, turning back towards me.
Linnaeus.
Is he gonna kiss us before he goes? Ooh. Stick his hand down our pants, just give us a little tug. Unsure of what to say to him, or if I should say anything at all, I gaze at him intently with my brow knitting in concern. Soon, however, his lips curl into what's undeniably the most earnest smile I've seen him wear before, and he bows before me, so deeply that I fear his glasses might fall off.
I was never very close with Lord Varison, but I have a rather instinctive feeling that he would be quite proud of you right now.
Daddies are always proud of me, Linnaeus, yourself included. He rises from his bow with a certain gentleness in his pale blue gaze, and for a moment, I think I glimpse a wet glimmer in the corner of his eyes. I can't seem to find the words to express myself. After all that off-the-cuff talking, how is it so hard to muster a single syllable all of a sudden? Are we not gonna get kidnapped this route? I'd be surprised if we don't. I'd be really surprised. It can't end like this. We're definitely getting kidnapped. We have to. It wouldn't be a proper ending if we didn't. But I get the sense Linnaeus understands exactly what's going through my mind, because he offers me a small nod, his warm smile turning a little wistful as our eyes meet.
Well, It's about time for me to take my leave, I think.
No. Can we come to the prison cell with you? Is that, like, okay? Do they allow that? A sleepover? No. With that, Linnaeus nods to the guards escorting him, and they turn to walk side by side towards the cells. I know, how is he supposed to get off if he's not getting kidnapped? Exactly. You think the Justiciar? He'll break out of jail to kidnap us? No. Impossible. You know though? What am I eating? Your dad's dick. But, so, you know what I've been a little bit, shocked by? Is, remember Dracula, who told our fortune back in the market? He's never popped up again yet, so I'm assuming he's gonna pop up again soon, because it's weird that that person had a whole character and a CG to them, but was that all it was? Were they just telling our fortune and they really weren't an important character? I don't know. As I watch his elegant figure depart, a strange, unfamiliar feeling wells up in my throat. Whether it's relief, sadness, or joy, I can't really tell. I think that just maybe it's a mix of all three. I close my eyes for a long moment, taking a long, deep inhale. Wow, OMG, sorry for asking. Don't be sorry, dude. Your dad's D tastes great. Come on. If that's the last time I ever see him.
Sir, may I have a word with you?
Ooh, Silas, are you gonna sneak us into the prison cells and let us kiss, Linnaeus again? Help us, maybe? When I open my eyes and turn around, Silas is standing before me, looking far more downtrodden than usual.
Silas! What was happening back there?
The butler winces slightly at my words.
I was forced to say certain untruths under duress, sir. There is someone dear to me who Sir Raphael and his companion were threatening to take action against if I did not comply.
Oh no, he has a gay lover too, and he's been kidnapped.
Someone dear to you? Had they kidnapped your family or something, or... No, perhaps a lover?
At my confused reply, Silas breaks out into a gentle chuckle. He finally seems back to his normal self, which I'm grateful for.
No, nothing like that, sir. It is someone you also know, in fact, and I believe you would wish for their safety as well.
Who? Who do we know that you know that we care about? Because it's only Linnaeus. Seriously, who are you guys talking about? Are you talking about Hazel? Because you can slaughter that bitch like a pig. You think I care? Someone I also know? I doubt he's talking about Linnaeus. Maybe my brain is broken and worn out from all the stress, but I can't figure out who this someone is. A little
After your
pink-haired
admirable
bitch.
performance, however, I wanted to not only express my gratitude, but also to apologize. I asked for you to be excluded last night so that I could divulge the reason why I placed the Duchess's gems in your room. But I now believe I should inform you as well.
What's my OnlyFans? Do you guys think I should make an OnlyFans? It would all be feet pics, let's be honest. Okay? So, you're getting banned from the stream. Hope the comment was worth it. So it was Silas who put those damn jewels under my covers.
After speaking with you several times, I had a sense that you were a truly honest and gentle man. And so, rather than planting the necklace in the Inquisitor's room to be discovered by Sir Raphael, I chose your room instead, with the hope that you would involve yourself on the Inquisitor's behalf and help him against further attacks.
What? I guess we've just been playing into Silas's hand the whole time. He's been playing fucking 4D chess. He predicted all of this, dear God. Although he looks a little guilty, the sly smile that rises to Silas's face makes it clear that he's rather pleased with himself.
Well, that was a bit brash of you, don't you think? I could have kept the gems for myself, or thrown them out the window like I was originally planning.
I have seen many different personalities during my time as one of the king's servants, sir. I was quite confident that you would return them to the man you trusted most at that time.
Oh god, he saw how into Linnaeus we were. He saw the eyes we were making at him at dinner. Between Linnaeus and Silas, I'm starting to think that everyone can read me like an open book. Perhaps I should start working on acting a little more stoic.
Regardless, I apologize for involving you so recklessly, sir. However, if you had not been part of this affair, I doubt the Inquisitor would have much of a chance to walk free.
He bows before me and I purse my lips together. What's with all this sudden bowing from everyone? It's really making me uncomfortable.
I'll let it slide this time. But good gods, man, give me a warning next time. Seeing that necklace nearly made my heart give out.
Silas tries to hold back a smile, but it evidently curls up on his lips. Curls up on his lips? I don't know, I'm just adding words to sentences where they don't belong. And he nods his head.
Understood, sir. Now, if I may offer a suggestion as for a way to spend the rest of your time until the Inquisitor's judgment, Hazel reminded me this morning of your promise to her.
Oh, of course you had to bring up Hazel. She was the little bitch that got kidnapped, wasn't she? That they were using against you. I know she was. Little slut. My promise? Oh, that's right. I said I'd take her out to the festival, didn't I?
I suppose I'd best get on that then. Better than standing here brooding for the next few hours. Thanks, Silas.
I offer the butler a weak grin, to which he offers me a wink so brief that I almost miss it. Is Kuro gay? If you ever fucking ask me if I'm a fucking homosexual faggot again, you're off the stream. I'm fucking straight, you dumbass. I get pussy on the down low every night, all night, poontang, as they call it. Yeah. Fuck bitches. Feels good, I fuck them, I get rid of them. Am I right, guys? I end up heading back to the main hall, my thoughts still preoccupied with Linnaeus. Stop lying. And why do you believe I am lying? You're all fucking gay, okay? You don't know what a real man is like. The real man is me. However, when Hazel spots me and runs up, I put a happy face for her. Put on a happy face. And maybe it's not entirely an act. I'm reminded a little of my first night here when I took her to the ballroom. Somehow that seems so long ago. You're lying, you said in one of your videos? Well, maybe I was lying then and I'm telling the truth now, okay? While we're out at the festival, I buy her a number of sweets and some little trinkets here and there that catch her eye. The way she lights up at every new thing around her reminds me so much of my sister. It makes me a bit homesick. We pass by the mask vendor at one point, and I stare at it wistfully as I walk with Hazel.
Sir Rivian? Is something wrong?
God, I hate this little bitch.
Ah, it's nothing, Hazel. Just thinking a little about the masquerade tonight.
Oh, will we even get to go with... Shut up, Hazel.
Everyone looks. I know, it'll be amazing.
Now, before you so rudely interrupted me, Hazel, I was gonna say, yeah, we won't be able to go with Linnaeus now since he's in jail, will we? Oh, God. No straight man in his right mind would watch this much gay content by choice. Maybe I'm just an enlightened heterosexual that doesn't judge people based on their sexuality, and I'm totally cool with the gays, with all the homosexuals, okay? I'm cool with it. I don't mind what gender you're into.
Are you going, Sir Rivian?
A love story is a love story, Isaac. But you can't see that. I end up offering an evasive reply, trying to avoid weighing down the mood. It's not like I really care about the dance itself, but I don't think I could bear attending it alone. You see, this person's straight. They watch all the gay visual novels. Hear that, Isaac? On our way back to the castle, Hazel and I stopped by the fighting ring to watch one of the brawls.
Oh, they're so giant!
Stop looking at their dicks, Hazel. Come on, this is inappropriate. She stares with wide eyes at two huge, heavily muscled men taking swings at each other in the pit. When the brawl comes to an end and one of the fighters raises his fist up in a victory, Hazel breaks into eager applause along with the rest of the gathered crowd, and I join in with a smile. I'm banned? Cancelled? What the hell? As the crowd disperses and the victor walks past us, he notices Hazel and lets out a booming laugh. Oh, it's a wee bit to the Scottish again! Oh, I'm so excited.
I see me fans are growing younger and younger, eh?
Oh god. Oh lord. I love his mic quality too. I don't know if I've ever commented on that.
So tall! You're like a mountain!
Chuckling to himself, the towering man briefly picks up Hazel, lifting her up onto his shoulders for a moment.
Up you go!
This is what you like, Isaac? Ugh. Ugh.
Can you see your house from up there, Hazel?
I can't help but laugh as Hazel gazes around from her high perch with a squeak of surprise before she starts to giggle. By her house, do you mean the castle? 'Cause bitch, that ain't her house. That's where she works. I mean, she might live there, but that's like her slave house. You know, it's not hers. It's her slave master's house. It's funny, but seeing your blissful innocence makes me feel a little warmer inside. Isaac is cancelled? Yeah, cancel that bitch. Your ideal personality type is Bakugo from My Hero. Well, all this corruption and backstabbing, not to mention two cousins at each other's throats. I think you just like people that don't like you, Isaac. It makes me almost lose hope that our kingdom has any truly honest good men left. At least there's still room for happiness outside of all the endless court games. But one day, even Hazel might end up dragged into affairs like this, just like Silas was. Perhaps she can enjoy life like this for a little longer. Just a little bit longer. You wish you had my number, girl? Huh? No, you don't. What are you gonna do with my number? By the time we return to the castle, evening is setting in. I leave Hazel and return to my room, unsure of when or how I'll be able to hear about Linnaeus' verdict. Wow. Oh, apparently Isaac's gonna dox me in the chat. This is what I get for trusting him. You know what, Isaac? Never speak to me again. Get out of here. Get out of here. I'm blocking you on Discord now. I end up pacing around for a while, then try to preoccupy myself with packing my clothes up in a preparation for departure tomorrow. What, already preparing to leave? But we have to talk to Linnaeus. We have to plan the rest of our life with him. As night sets in, however, I can't help my thoughts from being distracted. I pick up the mask I'd put on my bed last night. holding it in my hands and gazing at it longingly. Really, I thought the day would come when I would... Wait, I thought the day would never come when I would wish to be at a dance. We should go. Maybe Linnaeus will be there somehow. Life is just full of surprises, though, isn't it? Some of them less pleasant than others. As I close my eyes and set the mask gently back down on the bed... Linnaeus! A knock comes at my door. I hold my breath for a moment, pausing, desperately trying to keep my hopes under control. Oh, destroy him, Isaac. Do it. Exert your power over him. Show him who the real man is. When the knock comes again, I approach the door slowly, sliding my fingers around the handle. Oh! Oh! Oh, yeah. There before me is the Grand Inquisitor.
Well, that was quite the bothersome morning. Those insufferably rude allegations completely ruined my plans to have a nice pot of tea and pour over some old books, you know.
Pour over me, Linnaeus. Oh! After he lets out a dramatic sigh, Linnaeus shakes his head a little.
You bastard!
Oh! I throw myself at Linnaeus, pulling him into a hug so tight that he lets out a soft grunt.
Are you trying to break my bones, Varison? I thought I told you there were consequences for trying to assault me.
Oh, stop talking about your bones and just shove them in me. Get it? Shove your bone in me? Even as he playfully scolds me, his arms curl equally tightly around my waist, and he even lifts up a little off the ground. Wait, I need to restart this sentence. That was awful. Even as he playfully scolds me, his arms curl equally tightly around my waist, and he even lifts me up a little off the ground to squeeze my body against him.
I can't believe they already let you go. I thought they'd be deliberating for ages.
You're right, I missed that one. The hug isn't the only tight thing. I missed that. Ugh, should have said that. Linnaeus nuzzles my cheek, and I feel his long fingers stroking through my hair.
I heard there were only a few potentially incriminating things in Raphael's room, but that phony guard was less thorough about cleaning up after himself.
A few incriminating things isn't enough incrimination? How much incrimination do we need? You only have a few damning pieces of evidence in your room. That's not enough to convict you. Like, are you sure?
They haven't officially charged him while they continue the investigation, but they let me go in the meantime. And I can assure you, I was fretting terribly about the possibility of missing our date.
Oh, he was worried about missing the date with us. The date that we had planned together. He really cares. I cling on tightly to his taller form, burying my face against his fluffy black ponytail.
So was I. So was I.
Gays make beautiful gay babies? Is that how it works? I guess that's how it works with your family. The weight of Linnaeus' judgment lifts from me all at once, and I quietly thank whatever gods are out there for helping me find the right words back at the meeting chamber. I was so sure I'd be unable to stand up against someone as practiced as Raphael. But in the end, I think he grew careless, or perhaps his bitter feelings against Linnaeus drove him to act rashly. Probably because he was had dementia because he's 60 years old.
I suppose we'll never get a chance to reconcile after all.
Why, hello there, Alfredo. Welcome to the first stream you've caught. We finally part from our embrace, and Linnaeus exhales a slight, distant sigh.
When I was given the position of High Inquisitor, Raphael, who's older, was livid. He's never risen beyond Justiciar, and he always believed I got the more prestigious job because of my connection to the king.
So Grandpa was just jealous of his nephew? That's the whole thing? And so he tried to steal your man and frame you for a crime? Damn, Grandpa sucks, dude.
I never thought he'd go so far as to bring me down just to get the offers he wanted. And I even hoped that someday we might be able to work together harmoniously.
Aw, he still loved him. A nostalgic look briefly softens his sharp features, before he rubs a finger along his chin and lets out a small sigh.
I should have known we'd never be able to cooperate. That lurid hat is simply too insufferable.
Is the Justiciar his cousin? I thought the Justiciar was his uncle. Maybe it's his cousin, I don't know.
I agree. Perhaps it's a distraction tactic to keep people from noticing his lies.
Linnaeus smirks dryly. Are there lesbians here? I know one lesbian, but she's not here. I didn't read that.
I would be remiss not to thank you for your rather incredible performance today. I thought your accusatory shouting face suited you quite nicely.
What did I skip? Reaching up to pull off his glasses for a moment, he exhales a warm breath on the lenses before polishing them with his sleeve and then replaces them on his face. So we need that. All those descriptors and whatnot. Receiving praise rarely means very much to me, but it'd be a lie to say I don't feel happy hearing it from Linnaeus. I imagine it's because I respect him quite a bit, and I know he's not the sort to give empty words of flattery where they're not due.
All the pieces were already there. I just needed to draw them together so that the squabbling old fogies could see the big picture through their pince-nez.
Honestly, having a dick is great. Oh my god, Isaac, yes! Oh my god, you love just... you love fucking boys with your big-ass dick, don't you? Oh my god, you dom you. Yes!
Welcome to my world. Perhaps now you understand why my patience has worn thinner than a starving maiden desperate to look good in her new corset.
Show off that big dick, Isaac, come on! He pauses then, clearing his throat with a slight shift of his weight from one leg to the other. Everyone DM Isaac if you want to get a dick pic from him. He loves showing it off. Am I misreading things, or does he look ever so slightly nervous?
In all honesty, I intend to fully express my gratitude to you for all you've done. But, if I'm not mistaken, we have a dance to attend, and I didn't spend all that idle time in my cell practicing the waltz for nothing.
Oh, you're quite correct. We should make haste before fashionably late turns into just plain late.
Discord dick pic? Yeah, Isaac will be posting a dick pic to my Discord, so everyone should go join it right now. You heard it here, guys. I grab my mask from the bed and slip it on, and Linnaeus reaches into his cloak to pull out his own. Ooh, we're going to the masquerade! Then he offers his arm to me, and I unhesitatingly take it. As we step out into the hall and walk towards the ballroom, I am admittedly a little proud to have the infamously icy Inquisitor at my side. Not like I'm a lion tamer or anything, although I do feel a bit like one. Kuro is the one with an actually nice dick? How would you know? You've never seen it. But I've seen your little pee-pee, Isaac. I've seen it. We step out onto the floor, and a sea of masks, both beautiful and macabre, greets us. I thought you told me Runer's Runar's PP is just as big. At least that's what John said. I think that's what John told me. They seem to fit together perfectly with the swell of music and the bright light of the moon. The anxiety I thought I would feel is overcome by a warm excitement as Linnaeus turns to me, taking my hand and clasping my waist just like the other night.
So, I suppose...
Message retracted? What did you just retract? What did he just retract, guys?
Dear Lord Varison,
Linnaeus, quiet. What did he retract?
So rude
Tell me.
to steal my well-protected heart from me during the celebration. And as a result, I have now taken him for my own.
He said I have a big pee-pee? Yeah, I bet he did. Butterflies blossom in my stomach as we start to swirl together among the many colorful masked dancers, which I barely notice with my eyes locked inseparably with Linnaeus.
I think he'll understand. If he doesn't, well, you'll just have to kidnap me, won't you? Maybe I'll accidentally forget to lock my door tonight.
You told them the exact size of my magnum dong? Goodness, Isaac, the things I tell you in secrecy.
How devious. After such an admirable display of justice, you're already back to plotting. That simply won't do.
Oh my god, he really is gonna punish us, isn't he? Oh god, I'm liking this. Punish us. Linnaeus leans down to let his words brush softly against my ear, and I shiver in anticipation. His hands on my waist slides around to press my lower back and nudge me closer to him, throwing my steps off balance.
Come now. Are you always so clumsy? We must train your two left feet a little better, clearly.
I'm starting to think I should have left you rotting in that jail cell.
The next few hours are filled with traded jabs between us, as well as a few shared snide remarks at some of the other guests' gaudy masks. Oh my god, they're that couple that's making fun of everyone else at the masquerade. Oh my god. Oh no, they're that catty couple. It lifts my heart to see the warmer side of Linnaeus surfacing one more time, in the same way it did back at the festival. Of course, he's still a bit stiffer and more out of place than your average nobleman would be at a masquerade, but I'm not really one to talk. During one of our dances, Linnaeus casts a few casual glances in the direction of a particularly pompous-looking pair nearby. A few minutes later, he starts to gently steer me towards them, taking subtle steps that make it less apparent we're heading deliberately in that direction. When I give him a quizzical look, however, Linnaeus shakes his head a little at me and leans in to brush his lips against my ear.
Just listen.
I wrinkle my nose a little at the strange command, but decide to go along with his request, and strain to overhear the pair through the flowing music.
Speaking of the Autumn Ball, have you heard about Lady Croquise's intention to host it?
It's so weird how long you've been here, but never to my streams. You've been a part of the community since the first episode of Camp Buddy, a game we shall not name ever again on this stream. But I'm glad. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Oh, yes, I have! Isn't that such a darling thing for her to do? It'll be so stressful for her, don't you think?
Ugh. God, I hate it. I hate your voice. God, can you not talk again? The two chuckle to each other, but they share oddly pointed looks.
It certainly would be. After the sudden passing of her late husband, She has to manage that huge estate all by herself.
Yes, the poor thing. Her husband's death was so unexpected. One moment she was a shining epitome of help, and the next he was cast to death's door by a sudden illness. I feel so sorry for Lady Croquise.
Did he fucking die after he heard your voice, bitch? Jesus. I quirk my head as I continue to listen to their traded words, glancing up at Linnaeus to judge his own reaction. I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to be hearing. It just sounds like a pair of nobles gossiping about the death of Lady What's-It-Husband. Standard fare, isn't it? However, Linnaeus lifts his hand from my waist for a moment to knowingly wiggle it in front of my eyes.
The Autumn Ball is a highly prestigious event, one that even the king himself attends. The one with the honor of hosting it often receives a great deal of notability, and even the favor of our monarch. It was originally speculated that these two were going to be the hosts, but the king decided to allow Croquise to have the honor instead. You can imagine the embarrassment for them after that announcement.
Are we gonna find out that Linnaeus actually really loves gossip, and he's basically the modern equivalent to him would be people who like really bad reality television? Oh god. Is this his guilty habit? As he whispers slyly to me, I start to catch on to what I think Linnaeus is implying. What are you implying? They have such long faces? Oh my god, don't talk bad about Linnaeus. The humiliation of not being chosen as the ball's host, combined with the remarks about the sudden death of Croquise's husband.
Well, we should offer her our congratulations for receiving such a wonderful opportunity. Perhaps we could even provide some aid to her, since the preparations for so many guests must be awfully intense.
Dorito-chin, stop!
What a splendid idea! I'd love to see her again. We must extend our sympathies about her unfortunate husband, too. Such a dreadful occurrence.
Is it possible they're planning on blackmailing Croquise? I can't say that. As innocent as their exchange sounds, if what Linnaeus says is true, then the couple probably bears a lot of ill will towards the widow.
Do you know how her husband died? Or are they planning on making something up?
Linnaeus chuckles softly, his eyes gleaming with something almost like gleefulness. This must be a regular part of his job, and it's clear that he enjoys every second of it.
Oh, Croquise is no innocent lamb. She certainly murdered her husband in order to gain full control over the estate. The noble lord and lady over there are probably planning to fabricate evidence that will scare her into doing their bidding. And in this case, it'll mean handing over her role as host to them.
Is everyone at court just an awful person? It certainly seems like it.
My look of distaste just makes the Inquisitor smirk craftily to himself.
Some are far worse than others, but everyone has their secrets. This is the web of intrigue we dance in, my dear boy. And you must learn to recognize who's pulling what strings.
Why is Camp Buddy banned? Because every bitch is asking about Camp Buddy in every comment section. Although the idea of being involved in such affairs makes my stomach churn nervously, the way Linnaeus describes it is almost exciting. The way he can recognize what people are plotting just from a casual exchange means he must be an expert at decoding all the plots going on behind the scenes of court. Is that why he can always figure out what's going on in my head?
Don't worry. Stay by my side and I'll teach you all of the dark little workings that go on behind the scenes, provided you adequately compensate me for my tutelage.
Oh, we have to pay with our body. My sour glare is rewarded by another squeeze to my hip, and Linnaeus bites his lip to keep from letting out another satisfied laugh. You're normal, Isaac? After our little exchange, time flies by so quickly that it's almost as a shock that it's almost as a shock when the music finally stops and the masquerade comes to a marvelous end. Am I good at babysitting, Curl? As long as the baby is 18 and male. Linnaeus ends up taking me back to his room, both of us in relatively bubbly and loose molds. Molds? What am I reading? And loose moods thanks to the wine we've imbibed. I can't read anymore. Well, it's not like Linnaeus gets exactly bubbly, but he's undoubtedly more playful and aggressive than usual. After we step inside his chambers, I hear the door click and lock behind me. Oh god, he's gonna push me against the wall and start rubbing his hands up and down me. Oh. Then a moment later, I feel Linnaeus's long fingers curling about my wrists, pulling them back behind my back. He always mentions how long his fingers are. Is it turning Rivian on?
I did say that there were consequences for assaulting the Inquisitor, didn't I? You'd best be prepared to face them.
Oh, sentence me, Linnaeus. Sentence me to your dick. A warm, devious voice purrs against the nape of my neck, sending a sweet shiver down my spine.
I don't think this is really fair.
Oh. I protest insincerely, letting Linnaeus pull me over in the direction of the bed. A moment later, I hear the sound of a drawer nearby opening, although he keeps me pressed against the bed in such a way that prevents me from seeing what he's doing. Soon, something rough curls around my arms, pulling them together, and I can feel Linnaeus trying to secure a knot. Oh, God, not us, Linnaeus.
It's fine for you to admit that you've been having interrogation fantasies since you first met me, you know.
I mean, it's kind of true, I kind of have. Smirking, Linnaeus pulls my coat off with a swift movement before hoisting me onto his bed and pressing me onto my back. Bondage on the first date? Hey, this is like our second or third date. The sight of his beautiful face right above me, along with the look of desire lighting up his eyes, makes me quickly grow flushed. His long, slender fingers... Oh my god, he really do have a fetish about fingers being long. His long, slender fingers reach to start undoing the buttons of my shirt with remarkable deftness, and my flesh is soon exposed to the cool air. He rips off his gloves too, which could either be a very good or very bad sign.